Hey, guys. Hey, Sam. Hey, Jasmine. How you guys doing today? Oh, I forgot to turn on my lights. I am not feeling well at all today, guys. That's why I am combining both the spiritual conversations and relationship chronicles today because the way I feel right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be jumping back on the live later today. Um, I honestly feel there we go. I honestly feel, guys, like I want to just get into bed. My throat feels irritated. I've been sneezing all day. Um, hey, Trudy. So if you guys see me, just step away to blow my nose. I think my allergies have turned into a full blown cold because I did not re up on the allergies. Hey, Ashley. Okay. Let me see what's going on in the comments. What do we have here? Who is in today? Hey, Carla. All right. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Only Uni. How are you, my love? Um, I didn't see your email, sweetie, until after the meditation. So the next meditation is going to be on the 22nd, and you are more than welcome to join that one. Beautiful, if you want to. I'll give you the information when we do your appointment. You can get all that information. Hello, everybody. How are you guys? Yes. And can I say, like, I enjoyed this last meditation. Like, I don't know. I felt like that might have been for me. I felt like that meditation might have been for me. Um, so, hi, my lovelies. Thank you guys so much for joining. Today, I am combining spiritual conversations with relationship chronicles because I'm not feeling that well, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump back on later. And I didn't want to miss you guys. Hey, Jess, how are you, my love? Okay, we got masculine energy in the atmosphere. Okay, so today, my loves, we are talking about mirror, mirror on the wall. Hey, him, how are you? Mirror, mirror on the wall. What is your reflection? Okay. Um, and I want to read you guys something, and I want you guys to really think about this because this is the energy that we're in right now. Jane said this is a movie. Why is this a movie, Jane? Um, had a day yesterday, but better today. Okay, Sam is saying she's better today. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can I tell you? What do you think about altered carbon, Sam? And we can get into some decoding. Can I tell you guys, like, if you are on your spiritual quest, you need to start decoding, okay? My apologies now, anybody that's grossed out by the tissue. Once again, I am not feeling well, okay? Um, um, if you are into your spiritual growth, you need to know how to decode. That's going to be important. Okay, so decoding is going to be key. Um, I gotta go check out Doctor Sleep. Right? What did I wrap up? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk. First of all, I want to talk about Lock and Key today. Anybody of you have watched that on Netflix? Let me know so we can talk about Lock and Key a little bit. I'm gonna decode that a little bit for you guys, just based on what I've seen so far. Oh yes, now, Sam, there's so much symbols in there, and let me tell you something, Sam. Pay attention. Do you see what the consciousness is, Sam? Have you seen the chip of the consciousness? That chip of the consciousness that goes in the back of your head, which is your macabre, right? And your macabre is supposed to be the spaceship in which you travel with, right? Um, that you notice. Yep, the stacks. There you go. Do you notice, first of all, Sam, do you notice one? I noticed that they're blue, like a little blue, and it's full of crystals. And you know, crystals hold information. So it's holding and maintaining all of your memory, right? That's number one. Number two, also the blue, right? If you're paying attention, immediately I go to the blue chakra, which is your throat chakra, which is all about communication. You know, yep, stacks and skins. And I think I watched, I don't know what show lately that I've been the little boy is grown now. I haven't watched, if you're talking about Doctor Sleep, I have not watched that, so I can't comment on that yet. Has anyone in here watched Lock and Key? Has anyone in here watched Lock and Key? Right? Okay. Onion's Kimoy. I met one of my spirit guides early Friday morning. She activated my crown and third chakra. Oh my goodness. Oh, I would love to hear about that experience when we speak. I would love to hear about that experience when we speak. Um, that's next on my list. Okay, Sam is going to watch Lock and Key next on my list. Let me just tell you, if you have not watched Lock and Key, when you go in to watch Lock and Key, I want you to just know what they're doing. What they're doing is they're symbolically telling you that you have locks and key attached to your psyche, and you can control all of that. And you can literally go into your psyche and unlock things and unlock powers, okay? So pay attention to that show. Yeah, it may start up a little slow in the first episode, but yeah, if you can keep up with it, it gets really good. Hey, Light Within Darkness, how are you? Hey Kalia, how are you? Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah, you need to check that out, Kalia. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, Sam. He is a beautiful. Oh yeah, Sam. He is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful specimen. Yes, he is, Sam. We're talking about the gentleman from Altered Carbon. Okay, so I want to just read you guys something really quickly before we go into the topic, because I know how we do. We're going to get into topic and then it bounces all over. But I really want to give you guys this information so you can really think about this as we're going into Aries season, because Aries season is solidifying your personality, solidifying who you're going to step in, well, basically solidifying who you're going to be presenting yourself as within this next cycle, but especially for this next zodiac calendar year. Okay, now one of the things that this full moon issued or ushered in per se was an acknowledgement of you being able to oh, and this is another thing, and I told the guys that did the meditation this, okay, the full moon is definitely a moon that was going to be able for you to release, right? But this moon also be was able for you to be able to trust your intuition. You're gonna have to be patient with the energy. Now that energy is gonna linger for the next about 13 days. Okay, so you can still feel the energy of the full moon for the next 13 days. Okay, you're gonna have to do critical thinking, okay, because the new moon, I mean, sorry, the full moon happened in Virgo. So when the moon happens in a particular zodiac sign, it takes on the archetype, okay, or the attributes within the psyche for that particular sign. Zodiacs are all about being analytical, so you're going to have to activate your critical thinking. All right, we're going into Aries season on the 21st. Okay, this new moon also, you're gonna have to pay attention to details, dot your i's, cross your t's. We're still in the shadow of the retrograde energy, so you got, when is retrograde over? Is retrograde, was it, is it today that retrograde is over? I think retrograde is over today. If someone can confirm that, that would be awesome. Okay. So you're gonna have to pay attention to that energy too, because there's always shadow energy, okay, which can linger for about 14 days. Now, so you're gonna have to pay attention to details, okay. Now this is what I want, to really tell you guys, okay. And I taught, yes, thank you, Sam. We are in the retro shade. What you guys need to be mindful while we're in this retro shade, there is going to be extreme gaslighting, like some real fuckery type shit, like really, really fuckery, like some type of devious, like I planned, sit back and plotted to do this type shit. Okay, so this is the energy that's in the atmosphere. Now, if you have not seen it yet, as we come out of the shadow of the moon as well as of the retrograde, all of this stuff is going to bring in clarity and clear thinking. Okay, so keep your eyes open. You don't want to overreact to anything. Be very analytical. Get all your information, because as we come towards the end of the month, and I did somebody's monthly recently that I talked about this. As you come towards the end of the month, a lot of the it's going to make sense. A lot of things will make sense as we get towards the end of the month. But I want you guys to be mindful of the insidious, just debaucherous type of I'm gonna fuck with you type, just like that, what I call that mental black magic type shit. Like this person or these people literally have been sitting and plotting shit. Okay, that's the type of energy that we have going on now. You guys have to be mindful of that. Okay, now I'm gonna give you some information, however, that you can kind of maneuver your way through this energy. All right, now this is the type of stuff that we get into in the 13-week class that I teach. Okay, now I'm gonna read y'all something. I want y'all to really take this into consideration because this is where the topic is going to go today. Okay, this is where our topic is going today. Now, and we're gonna start it off in spiritual conversations, and if it lands, and we can always, take it over to relationship chronicles, because this is actually important for your relationships also. Okay. Now, I'm reading from the book, okay, Becoming a Modern Alchemist, okay, a guide for modern magicians, if you guys are interested, and it's by Catherine McCoon, okay. Let me hold it up one more time. I think it comes up backwards on this. I don't know if you guys want to take a screenshot. Now, get, like, beef your library up. Even, and I'm not saying you got to read things from cover to cover, right? Because my guys don't work with me like that. When you're doing spiritual studies, sometimes you may not read a whole book. Sometimes they just send your ass in there to read one sentence or a paragraph or a chapter. Okay, so don't beat yourself up if you collect books, okay, and you're not able to read all of them cover to cover. That don't matter, because really what you're doing, if you're on your spiritual quest, you're waking up your archaic memory. So anything that you read, anything that you intake is really just confirming what you already know. Okay, so here we go. Now, it says here, okay, now in this in this instance, what they're trying to explain here is that nothing happens by coincidence. Okay, so they use the phrase, what's the phrase they use? Okay, they use the phrase, whatever is meant to happen, happen. Okay, so they're basically saying, when you stand in a position of whatever is meant to happen, happen, you get yourself stuck. You put yourself in a prison. Okay, so listen to this, okay? The past no longer exists except in our memories. The future does not exist yet, except in our imagination. Past and future are really just thoughts. And the present is merely a theory based on your thoughts, okay? Whether it's past or whether it's future, okay? We can actually experience it, okay? All we can experience is our thoughts, which were either in our memories or past projections of our future, okay? Being that case, we can conclude that there is no such thing as so-called real world. What we call reality is just our own mental construct. We create the world out of our own thoughts. Therefore, all we need to change our world is to change our thoughts. If you have some complaint about your world, you change your thoughts are to blame. You could inhabit a different world just by choosing and thinking differently. Anyone who is unhappy is choosing to think the wrong thoughts. Consider this the next time someone criticizes you. This message is not about you. It is about the person who delivers it. It is based on their own personal construction of reality, which has nothing to do with you. An opinion another may have of you is just their own projections. There is no reason why you should take it on. When someone puts you down, just remind yourself that they're really describing themselves to you. Okay? You guys got that? All right? So, basically, the book is saying to you, you create your own reality based on your thinking. And if you can control your thinking, you can control your reality. All right? Now, in Relationship Chronicles, we talk about the wounds, and we talk about how it's easy for you to be able to repeat the old shit in a new relationship if you don't take the time to do the healing, right? Why is that? And it says it right here. Because if your thoughts are constantly in the memories of the old feeling while you're in the new relationship, that old memory or that old feeling from that relationship is going to create experiences that feel the same, okay, may look differently, but it's going to feel the same as your past relationship. So this is where spiritual mastery comes in, okay? This is where self alchemy comes in, okay? Y'all gonna get a lot of scripture based because that's just my foundation. Although I don't do church anymore, my foundation is church, right? And there's a scripture that talks about uh, as a man thinketh, so it is, right? There's so many scriptures that take you back to yourself. And let me just tell you guys this now. The Bible is a book of codes, and the Bible is a book of codes about you. The Bible contains numerology, it also contains astrology. It contains divinations, okay? It contains sorcerers, okay? If you go back into scripture, anybody that can raise anybody from the dead is a sorceress, okay? So you can go back. It has all of these mysteries for you, okay? It contains information also about your seventh chakra. It contains information about the zodiac signs. So whenever you hear sequences of numbers repeated within any particular religion or any particular spiritual path or organization, you want to pay attention to that type of information because there's everything has an allegory and everything is always connected, okay? So you want to pay attention to that information. So when we're talking about the 12 disciples, that is connected to the 12 facets in your psyche, but that is also connected to the 12 zodiac signs, okay? When we're talking about the seven churches, we're talking about the seven chakras within your body system. So when you get to the book of Revelation is really just explaining to you how to unlock your chakra system. So those seals that they're talking about are seals within your chakra system, okay? So I want you guys to be mindful of this. This is why decoding is important, because if you can decode things, you can start to see the symbols all over. You guys see symbols every day. You see symbols on the automobiles. You see symbols on the ambulance. You see symbols on the dollar bill. You see symbols on a lot of your major networks. So there's symbols all over, right? And your inner being or your spiritual being, or let's just say consciousness itself. Consciousness itself is not, it recognizes symbols, okay? So just know that consciousness itself recognizes pictures and it recognizes symbols, okay? And from those pictures and from those symbols, you can then create a vibration with your word or project a frequency with your words, okay? So to be mindful of that. Now, I wanted to talk about lock and key because I started off with wanting to explain to you some information that I found out about lock and key. Kalia is saying unlocking your chakras is key to truly living your best life and knowing yourself. Yes, it is. Okay. So let's just go through. Let me just explain to you guys why it's important for you to unlock your chakras. Okay. Now, I don't know, most of you probably, who are new to the channel, you don't know that I am a certified Reiki energy healer, which means I study energy in the body, okay? And each portal is representation of, each portal or each chakra is a representation of an energetic field or gateway within your body, okay? Now, also, what you guys may not even know, let me drop this for you. Each chakra system also has a particular note or a particular vibration that it is linked to. So I'm going to give you guys the notes for the chakra systems. You can write this down. So any of you that do any type of meditation, you can definitely incorporate this musical note and it will definitely help balance your chakras, okay? And put on my glasses so I can give you guys this information. Okay, so let's start at your root chakra. Okay, so your root chakra is going to be the base of your spine, like where your genitals are. Okay, and within your root chakra, That is the C note, okay? The musical C note, okay? The musical C note, right? Now, let me just sidebar here as to tell you why this is important, okay? Start with lock and key today. I'm gonna tell you why this is important and why I'm going to this, okay? What I realized in lock and key, really what they're doing, and although they're using magic, which which when you study magic, or you study what we would call like phenomenons, right? You understand that that world exists. That is a world that exists, and you understand that everything comes from that world. So what we may deem as phenomenon, or oh my gosh, hocus pocus, or even magic, is actually a reality that it exists, that we used to be able to tap into. Okay, so be mindful of that. Okay. Now let's talk about your root chakra and why it's important to balance this particular chakra. Okay. Now your root chakra is your grounding chakra. This is a chakra that grounds you, and this is a chakra where fear and anxiety lies. Okay, so you guys need to be mindful of that. In your root chakra, you have fear and anxiety lying there. Okay, let me get my other book here. So let's take a look and see how. All right. So in your root chakra, that's the musical C note, right? And your root chakra governs your now moment. Hey, Aisha, sweetie, how are you? Your root chakra governs your now moment, and that's the base of your spine, okay? That can be the color red. Also, in sometimes they noted that that can also be secondary color black. But I do have to say, with the black, I feel like that might be a little misplaced. I feel like that the black chakra is actually at the base of your foot. That's just, and so I'm gonna pin the black chakra for a minute, because I do know that you have more than 7 chakras within your body, okay? But we're just focusing on the major 7 chakras today. So your root chakra is red, musical C note, okay? This chakra is what gives you energy, okay? This chakra is your life force. This is why it's located where the genitals are, okay? Because it can create life, all right? It's also about self-preservation, but your root chakra is linked to instincts, okay? Now, when your root chakra is out of balance, okay, you can experience feeling heavy, feeling sluggish, moving slow, don't really want to do shit, okay? You're resistant to change. You overeat, okay? You're hoarding, okay? You can become very fixated on materialistic things. Hey, sweetie, y'all. Danielle is in the house. My bestie's in the house. Hey, Raquel, how are you, sweetie? So you can become very attached to materialistic things if this is not balanced. So this is excessive energy, okay? Yes. Yes. But you want to know something though? To be really honest with you, the having sex too much does not actually it's not, that one is not linked to the root chakra, Jess. That one is actually linked to your sacral chakra, right? So the over, like if you have sexual addictions, that will be in your sacral chakra. And your sacral chakra rules emotions, relationship, and change. So if that's blocked and you're unable to change from the remote, from the relationship, or you have some type of energetic tie. Hey, David, sweetie, how are you? And you have some type of energetic tie, Jess, right? This is something that can keep you stuck, okay? So, and I'm gonna give you some information on that chakra also, because that chakra, as well as your heart chakra, Jess, is definitely 2 chakras that you want to pay attention to when you're dealing with your emotional body. Not to say that you don't pay attention to all of them, because they all intertwine and they all speak to each other, but the heart chakra and your sacral chakra deals with emotions, okay? So, root chakra is deficient in energy, and it's very low energy. Hey, Middle C, how are you? Oh, okay. So, now that depends, okay? Because then my question will then become, Jess, right? What feeling are you after? right? Because this is what this is the thing. And I had this conversation. I had this conversation with the celebrity, you know, and the celebrity was explaining to me that sometimes, you know, you go to have sex with somebody just because you want a release, and then when you have it, the release that you were asking for, you don't get, you know, the release that you thought you were going to get, you don't get, you know. So the climax don't feel the same, or you can't orgasm, so there's something still blocking that release. So my question will then become, Jess, what are you really seeking? Is it intimacy that you're after? Is it love, right? Because if you're seeking something other, like the climax, right, is just a quick fix, it's just to get that feeling, right? But then you're still back to, you know, needing or wanting whatever the underlying issue is to begin with, or whatever that is you seek to begin with, right? Now your root chakra, if you're deficient there, there can be a lot of fear there, because that's where fear and anxiety lies, right? You can feel like you're disconnected from your own body, okay? This can also lead to anorexia, all right? And some people have very difficult time manifesting here in this chakra, right? This chakra is important because this chakra is your now moment. This chakra governs what's on your mind, okay? And whatever is on your mind, obviously, is what you think about, right? And that's how you execute things, okay? Um, that's how you execute things. Now, the root chakra is also known as the earth chakra, okay? Now, I want to talk about lock and key again for 1 second. When I was watching Lock and Key, there were all these little keys, right? And I don't know if anybody here has watched it because I didn't get to see that. There's all these little keys, and each key is responsible for unlocking a special magical power within this house, okay? Now, let me just drop you guys a little knowledge here, okay? If you are on your quest and you are on your journey, you need to have some type of sacred space. You need to have some type of place that you go to within your mental psyche that no one else has or knows, okay? Um, Lock and Key, Jess, is a show on Netflix. That's a new show on Netflix, and it's called Lock and Key. And it's about these siblings that their dad died, and these all these magical keys, and you know, people trying to hide what the keys are about. But in a nutshell, to decode the series is basically telling you about different places within your own psyche that you, the individual, can tap into. So all of these different keys that you can get into your psyche, and it's basically telling you, if you get even deep into it, because of some of the keys that exist. If you don't have access to your own keys, Jess, what they're saying, anyone that has access to these keys can control you. Okay? Now, um, it is important for you, if you are on this spiritual quest, for you to have some type of place to go to, some type of quiet place to go to, okay? And I'm not talking about a physical quiet place. I'm talking about a mental quiet place, okay? You're gonna have to go there. And this is not fear mongering. You're gonna have to go there, because look at already what's going on in the news. There's just a whole bunch of fear shit going on. So you're not going to be able to trust what you see with your physical eyes. You're gonna have to be able to go within to discern really what's going on. So if you're able to decode movies, if you're aware of the symbols and the symbolisms, okay. Any of you that are interested in the psyches of the zodiac sign, or any of you are interested in how each zodiac sign represents a different facet within your own psyche, okay, you guys can definitely tap into Carl Jung's work, okay. He is really good at explaining how that works. He's done a lot of work on that, studied astrology, and I think he was like a psycho therapist, like he was a mind guy. I don't remember what psycho. I think he was psychologist. I think he was a psychologist. But he also studied shamanism. Hey, Miss T, how are you? Miss T, I'm doing spiritual conversations as well as uh, relationship chronicles today, because I am not feeling well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to jump back on later. All right, you guys got any questions for me? A psychotherapist. So I got it right the first time. He's a psychotherapist. Okay. Okay. Sam said he was a psychotherapist. Okay, Carl Jung. Yes, thank you. Uh-huh. Look up his work, guys, okay? And let me tell y'all something. Like, honestly, if you are interested in studying so you can really stand firm in the timeline that you have chosen, right? Like, if you're really interested in that, you're going to have to seek out information just to validate some of the things that's coming through your own spirit, right? Now, let me explain to you how this spiritual path work. Like I said, anyone new jumping on, if you buy a book, right, if you can read it to cover, fine. If you can't, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? How my guides and my angels work with me. Some books I do read cover to cover. Some books I just read a sentence. Some book I read a whole paragraph, okay? And sometimes I do that because it's about validating something that I heard in the spirit, and I need to go, and the information comes from the book. The part that I read to you, this is something that I've been saying for years, so all of this is about validation. All right, you're not going to be able to master where you are if you are not in control, and if you're not aware of your own psyche, and if you're not aware of how you imprison yourself. This is going to be you imprison yourself through your thoughts. So even if we're looking at lock and key, anyone that holds these keys, or anyone that holds a key to your psyche, or anyone that holds a key to your heart, right, that's not good. You need to hold your own keys. You need to be able to understand yourself better than anyone else understands you, okay? Thank you. When I'm done here, I'm shutting down. Like, I'm done for today. That's why we're gonna do a duo today. Okay, so let me give you guys the next chakra. Okay, the next chakra is the sacral chakra, and that is right below your belly button, right? And this is the musical note D. Okay, so if you're doing any meditation, even if you're doing D tones, okay, that is going to help bring that chakra into balance. Okay, that color is orange, and the element of that chakra is water. Okay, which is not, and if that chakra rules emotions and change and relationships, is understandable why that's water. Okay, now the next one up, okay, is the solar plexus, which is right above your belly button. Okay, and the solar plexus, the musical note for that is E. Okay, now one of the things that I can say is you can definitely Google sound baths with these particular tone, all right? And you can meditate to these tones to bring balance into your chakra. Just, YouTube sound bath with these particular tones. Next up will be your heart chakra that's located in your chest area. And that is the musical note F, okay? That's the musical note F, okay? And that element is also ear, okay? All right, now we're going to go to your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is the musical note G, and this is just for those of you who are taking notes, okay? The color for that is blue, all right? Now, the throat chakra, just so you know, the element where the throat chakra resides, okay, is the Akashic field in the ethers. Now, Sam, this is why you know how to decode. This is why you need to know how to decode things, okay? Remember how I said when you're watching Altered Carbon, Sam, right? Remember how I said it's interesting to me, right, that they placed that crystal, what did they call it? The crystal stacks that was actually blue in color, that they placed it in the back of your macabre, right? This is linked to your throat chakra, okay? Now, it's interesting. Your throat chakra, the element in which your throat chakra resides, guys, is your the Akashic field and the ether fields, right? The consciousness. That's in the consciousness field. So it's very interesting to me that this Altered Carbon, and I know I'm switching topics here because I bounced from one movie to the next. So it's interesting to me, Sam, that in Altered Carbon, I caught that immediately, the color of the crystals and where they were placed in the crystals, okay? And also what that placement on your body represents, all right? So throat chakra, okay? Blue in color, musical note is G, and the element for that is the ethers and the Akashic field, okay? Then you have your third eye chakra. The musical note for that is A, okay? And that is usually like an indigo color. Or sometimes it can be dark blue, okay? And that's located right here, guys, like in between, you know, your middle of your temple, okay? Ooh, I just saw like a little pyramid when I did that. Okay. All right, let's see if we can activate something today. So that's your third eye chakra, and the element for that is light. Okay. Now let me just break something down for you here. All right. Any of you that does sun gazing, I don't know if any of you do sun gazing. Okay. I do sun gazing, and for those of you that may not have ever tried sun gazing, I'm going to tell you how I do my sun gazing. When I go to sun gaze, the first thing I do is I look at the sun, okay? You know, maybe for about a half a second, all right? So I can activate, I close my eyes, but then I have my third eye directly at the sun. And when I do that, I'm getting in all of the light code and the information. At that point, I start to see symbols, okay? Sometimes I see images, but with no color, but they're just coming through, you know, they don't have like a makeout, but I can see images being pushed through, okay? So your third eye chakra is where light information comes in, aka your angels, which is also known as angles of light information, light code, okay? So this is why it is important for you to also have a balanced third eye chakra, because if this is not balanced, really at this point, this controls vision, and it also controls your nervous system, you know? And if you have no vision, and we're not talking about vision with these eyes, we're really talking about vision that you can see, you know, with your eyes closed. If you have no vision, right, then you're prone to repeat past experiences, okay? Now, the last chakra that we're going to talk about is the crown chakra, which is the musical note B, okay? And the crown chakra is all, is at the top of your head, and it's the violet, usually represents that color. And that is the element of thought and will, okay? That's the element of thought and will. So you can say like the crown chakra is direct connection with the source, okay? So, if you think of having one mainframe computer, you know, if you work, let's say you work in a bank, the bank is going to have one mainframe computer that all of the other, you know, computer terminals feed off of, right? So you can think of the crown chakra as a one mainframe computer that is always giving information to all these other portals within your body, okay? And so hence, right, your third, sorry, your crown chakra is where your pineal gland is activated. Now, let me just explain something to y'all right now, if you guys don't know this. There are images out there, you can Google this, where you take images of your body, you guys can literally see the star system within your body, all right? And if you look closely enough, you can also see Saturn, right, the planet Saturn, sitting right in the same area as your pineal gland, okay? There's so many information for you guys to understand. So I want you guys to know, when you learn the chakra system, you learn energy, you learn your true body, you learn and you identify who you truly are, okay? I haven't even gotten into this yet, because a lot of energy workers and light workers, you also activate your portals in your hands, okay? Because we also have portals in our hands, and these are used for healing and also being able to move energy around, okay? This is why you're seeing a lot of the ancient Asian cultures, they do a lot of slow movements, Tai Chi and all of that stuff. That is really about being able to move energy. And if you can move energy, right, because everything flows, then there is no blockage. Then you can live in harmony, okay? You can live in harmony. Hey, Tanya, I didn't even see you jump in. All right, so did I miss any questions? Do you guys have any questions for me so far? Because I know you guys be in here and uh, let's see. Oh, Trudy said, who all is interested in Kamoy teaching chakra classes? Drop it. That's a lot of twos. Oh, you guys want chakra class? Oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that, because I'm really putting together something, guys, where we can learn not only the planetary alignments, but I want you guys to understand how energy flows and where you can utilize your power, okay? And how you can do that. Okay, I will work on that. Oh, let me just remind you guys. So Brittany and Ashley, you guys will be receiving an email by tomorrow, okay? Because I think I saw Brittany and Ashley on in here. No, it wasn't Brittany and Ashley. I'm sorry. Ashley and Jasmine, okay? My spiritual conversation, no, my spiritual trusting your intuition and communicating with the spiritual world. That class begins on Saturday, okay? That class begins on Saturday the 14th, all right? If anyone is interested, you still can sign up. All right, that is a 5-week class. All right, for a donation of 125 for the full 5 weeks. All right, we're gonna be meeting on Saturdays. Like even if you miss the meeting, the videos will be up for you to review, because we will be doing lives and you can ask your questions from there. Okay, I like it to be interactive, and we're going to be studying you being able to trust your intuition and communicate with the spiritual realm. So we're talking about your guides, your angels, fairies. We're talking about symbols. We're talking about how you can be able to decode messages that are coming in. Like I'm going to give you everything that I've learned throughout the 20 years that I've been actually studying and perfecting and mastering my craft. So that class starts on Saturday. Okay, so if you're interested, guys, you can just make your donation. Make sure you have an email address in your donation so you can receive the links to these classes. Okay, and I will have it where you guys can interact and ask questions, like ask questions live. Okay, I'm gonna have this set up for that. All right, so it is decided. I will work on a chakra class, and I will let you guys know once it's ready. Okay, so Kalia said chakra classes would be okay. All right, got it. Okay. Yes, it was. It was very, very beautiful. Yes, 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 I will. Now, just so you know, anyone in here that has taken my 13-week class, you guys do get a discount on my on this class. Okay, so just reach out to me, because you do get a discount on the classes. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. And I want you guys to, this is the thing, I want you guys to come in being open. One of the things when you're on your spiritual path is kind of like, in order for you to get in new information, you may have to leave some of the old information behind that doesn't work for you. This is what the Bible meant when it says precept upon precept, like building on what you have, pulling out what no longer work, and then, laying, yeah. So that's how you're going to have to look at your spiritual growth. What worked for you 5 years ago spiritually may not work for you, 5 years, later, because you've evolved, you've grown, okay? And my goal is to help you guys to understand you got a lot of power inside of you, which is really helping me to remind myself about my power too. So I ain't even gonna lie and have y'all feel like it's all about y'all, because no, it ain't. Your growth equals my growth. Hey, Miss J, how are you? Your growth equals my growth. I am a reflection of you. So just by you showing up here, that lets me know that I am growing, I am expanding, right? I'm not the same person that I was. So you guys have any questions about the chakra systems? Because I know I just gave you a whole bunch of information. If you don't have any questions about the chakra systems, I want to talk about one particular key from the lock and key episode without actually giving the episode away. So if you have questions based on the chakra systems, you can type them in, okay? In the meantime, let me just talk about decoding for a little bit, okay? Sorry, guys. So in lock and key, there was this one particular key called the head key, right? And this one particular key was called the head key. And I'm pretty sure just by the name of the key, you guys can kind of summon up, right? Exactly where you guys can sum up exactly where that head key may be used for, right? So basically the head key, I'm not going to tell y'all why they wanted the head key. Basically, with the head key, you put the head key in the back of your head, and you're then able to step out of your body, right? And not only are you able to step out of your body, but everybody else around you is witnessing you having an out of body experience. Okay, so your shell, or what they call the sleeve or the skin, the stacks, no, it was not stacks. I think the stacks is your, I think the stacks, Sam, if I'm not wrong, is the consciousness. Okay. Um, Okay, Justice saying, I'm glad to be here. Just colored my hair, laugh out loud, changing it up, says, thank you. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. And Jay, I want to change my hair too. So next time you guys see me, I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I'm thinking about putting in some twist. You know, I don't want to cut my hair, but it's in between growth. So it's too short to braid, and too long to look, So, um, yes, the stack holds the collective consciousness of that person. So that stack holds the complete memory of that person. Now, and Sam, what you may not, I don't know if you caught this, right? And guys, we're talking about altered carbon here. I am going to jump back over to lock and key. Altered carbon, Sam, not only did it hold the consciousness, Sam, it hold the consciousness of all your life cycles. Remember that. So I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it holds the consciousness of all your life cycles. Okay. All right. Thank you. Jasmine, clarify. Stacks was the consciousness and skin is the body. If you have not checked out Altered Carbon yet, you need to do so. You can find a lot of messages in there. Okay. So back to lock and key. In lock and key, one of the locks was called the skull key or the head key. Can't remember. But when you put the key in the back of your head, you step out of your body, you have an out of body experience, but everyone else in your presence can also see you. But then this door appears, right? And this door that appears can take anyone inside of your head. Now, what I found interesting, right, was whatever you take out of that door leaves your memory. Whatever you put into the door, you retain memory of it. You may not have necessarily have to do it, have to experience it. You can just throw in let's say, for example, you throw in a novel, in the door. That novel becomes a part of your reality, right? How it plays out is unknown, right? Obviously, because it's in the constructs of your own mind. But that novel then now becomes a part of your consciousness, okay? You're going to have to check out Altered Carbon, Miss T, and you're going to have to check out Lock and Key, right? So the point I'm trying to make here about this key, which is happening right now with the fear-mongering that's going on, right? The key is anything or anyone, now this is the thing, anyone, check this out, anyone that had this key could get into anyone's head, and they can either remove something or they can implant something. So this is like, and you think about it like some Inception type shit too, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to the symbolism, how this thing is going to transpire, and who I think it was Jill Scott Heron that said the revolution will not be televised, right? I don't know if anybody remember that poem, right? The revolution will not be televised, right? Anyone that can remember this, right? In Inception talked about a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream, right? Which all of these movies now, and I want you to pay attention to the movies that are coming out. Whenever they release movies and whenever they release series, right? Notice that all of these series and all of these movies has some type of theme. And based in the theme and based in the symbology that's going on within the movies, you can kind of figure out exactly what is unfolding, right? In the heavens, right? And below. So as above, so below. Another thing that I want you guys to pay attention to in Lock and Key, and just in movies in general, whenever you're watching movies in general, you need to pay attention to the villain. You need to pay attention to the bad guy, okay? Because what you're not getting is the bad guy may not be the bad guy. The bad guy may be the good person. Because in Lock and Key, the villain, or who you may appear to be the villain, is not really the villain, right? She is just walking around picking up different aspects and facets of herself. So if you're paying attention metaphysically and the hidden science behind it, you can see, first of all, it's a woman. And I'm giving it too much away. Fuck, I can't. Is there anybody on here that watch Lock and Key? Because I don't want to give too much away, but there's so much fucking gems in that show. Um, to be honest with you, watch Lock and Key first. Watch Lock and Key first, Kalia. I think it's going to give you an understanding of the psyche, how your psyche works. With Inception, you got to kind of try to figure it out. But with Lock and Key, it gives you the concept and then tells you the magic behind that. If you can. Okay, so Jane said she saw it. Okay, Jane. I don't know if you caught this, right? Because in Lock and Key, and I'm not going to give it away for Kalia, what I will say is that there is a masculine and a feminine energy happening, right? And let me just say, Jane, let me just say this. The key is, if you're decoding this, we've stepped into feminine energy. We're now in a matriarch time. We're just stepping out of a patriarch season, okay? That's why we have a lot of talk about Mother Earth waking up, and you can feel it in path. The change is just here, okay? The change is here, okay? Now, however, I'm not going, because I could go on a tangent there. I just want to stick to the point. But in Lock and Key, what I realized, the villain, there's an aspect of that homogen, oh, what is it, that hermaphrodite energy, that masculine and feminine energy, which we both and all embody, right? We have masculine attributes and we have feminine attributes, and we have to balance both of them. What I noticed was that energy was walking around collecting facets of itself, right? And if the keys represents facet of itself, and if that energy kept on saying, I want my keys back, I'm gonna pause it there, because I feel like I want some of you to watch it so you can actually understand what they're fucking trying to tell you that's going on. Mother is back, Gaia is up, the feminine energy is here, and she ain't fucking happy. Okay, she's not happy. She's not fucking happy what's going on. She mad as hell. Okay, she is mad. The energy is mad as hell. What you kind of think? Compassion has been taken out of the atmosphere. Okay, greed has reigned for so long. Greed has reigned for so long on this dimension. Okay, genuine compassion, genuine agape love, where people don't take things personally. That shit don't exist as much as it used to, right? So all I'm saying is feminine energy is back. And if you're watching Lock and Key and you're paying attention to the villain, you can see what's going on, and that's happening now with the energy, okay? The energy that's happening now, we are no longer, okay. So any of you, let's take this even back to the biblical. If we're even talking about biblical age, we're now in what you may consider to be the golden age or the golden times. And if you're in the golden age and you're in the golden times, which means enlightenment is yours to have. Ain't nobody got to be mad because you shining, because everybody's fucking shining, right? But before everybody gets to the place of shining, all of the dense energy got to be released. Hence the fucking purge that we talked about. Hence why people are going to be transitioning, okay? This is what's going on now, right? So, yeah, she's pissed off. She's cleaning house. You're absolutely right, Kimberly. She is cleaning house, and this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Okay, the earth. Just so you know, and okay, I'm gonna let y'all into my brain a little bit. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna let y'all into my brain a little bit. Right. If you understand as above, so below, and there's a macro and a micro to everything, sometimes my thought goes on to the dimension of, how do I know I'm not like a cell in a body, living a full-fledged blown life? How do I know like I'm not a fucking dime, right? Right? A dime, the size of a dime. I'm this cell, right? Living out my experience full-fledged, right? Let's say in Samantha's bloodstream. This one blood cell is having a full-blown experience. And as far as this blood cell is concerned, right? The sky is blue, right? There's clouds, right? There's earth, or whatever it needs within its dimension to create a reality constructs within a body, it's going to do so. As above, so below, right? We all are. So there's nothing that you're ever separated from. Nothing that you're ever separated from, right? So, but if you, let's just say somebody came into your house, right? Break all your shit, right? pawn your shit in different places all over the world, right? Because one pawn shop wouldn't take this, so they had to go over here to this pawn shop and pawn your shop, pawn your shit all over the world, right? Lock you up and tie you up, and you finally get out. Now you need to go get all your inheritance back and your legacy back. Don't you think you're gonna be fucking pissed? Don't you think you might kill some people in the process? Now let's just talk about this God energy or this conscious force energy. Let's talk about this God energy, this conscious force energy. First of all, this God energy, the conscious energy that, and the oneness that truly, and this energy that we talk about, let's be real. It creates and it destroys. That's the circle of life, right? It creates and it destroys, right? So if this consciousness that we talk about creates and destroys, now even if you're going back biblically here, right? Even if you're going back biblically here and it creates and it destroys, I always wonder this, right? I always wonder this. Anybody ever wonder when you study the Bible? Y'all never wonder, like before David, how God was just killing people, just wiping out fucking generations? Y'all never noticed that? Like before David came on board, God was wiping out fucking generations, like taking out generations. Just taking out generations, right? Removing generations, and all of that stopped when David came into play. So you got to think about symbolically what David meant, right? Symbolically, what David represents is David came into awareness, right? That he was connected to source. There was no separation with source. And David and Solomon, David did some fucked up shit. Now, we're talking about an energy, right, that protects the just and the unjust just alike, right? Now, this is why the shit that I read to you in the beginning is important, okay? This is why that is important, right? If you can understand that everyone's perception of reality is based on their own experiences, you don't have to walk around mad at people. You really don't. You don't have to walk around and take things personal. You really don't. All you need to do is in your own mental constructs. Yep. Now, David was the foreshadow of Christ. Now, let's talk about the Christ energy, right? Sorry, gotta blow my nose, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's talk about the Christ energy for a second, or the Christos energy, right? Even when you talk about the Christ energy, or even when you talk about, Jesus had to get his name changed to Christ, right? Okay, Jay says she's been fasting for 7 days. Even when you talk about that Christ energy or that Christos energy, that will represent you coming into an enlightenment of who you really are. So that Christ-like energy or that Christos energy would be you coming into enlightenment of who you truly are. Would be you recognizing the powers that dwells within. This is not you looking up in the sky to say Christ is coming back or a person is going past the heavens. And no, the only heavens that's being passed, right, is here. Boom, boom, pineal gland activity. These are the heavens you want to focus on when we talk about path and clouds and shit and Christ coming back. Christ ain't coming back till you activate your pineal gland. Christ is not coming back until you activate your pineal gland, okay? And your pineal gland, aka, got them same crystals that they talk about in altered carbon. And guess what your pineal gland contains? Your pineal gland is a crystal. Okay, and it oscillates, it vibrates. Next time I come on my live, I'm gonna pull out my electrical books. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my electrical books because some of you guys don't know that I'm a professionally trained audio engineer, and one of the things that we needed to learn was electricity. Okay, and we also needed to learn vibrations. So I'm gonna pull out some books to show y'all how this works. It's no different, as above, so below. Okay, so be mindful that the vibration in which you put out, or the frequency or the reality in which you put out, is the frequency of the reality which is going to be drawn to you and that you're going to experience, right? If you think that there's no such thing as good women out here, you're not going to attract good women, right? So if you co-sign the girlfriend that says men ain't shit, and y'all sit and y'all discuss why men ain't shit, and this is something that y'all talk about all day, every day, men ain't shit, how the fuck do you expect to experience a good man coming into your life? How do you expect that to happen? That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit is not going to happen, right? Because the minute that you agree that men ain't shit, that's a vibration, that's a sound, right? That's a frequency. So guess what's to happen? Now you've tuned in your frequency in your dial, right, to the Men Ain't Shit channel. So guess what songs they're going to be playing on that channel? Men Ain't Shit. So guess what you fit in the experience? Men Ain't Shit. Right? I'm telling you guys right now, all right? You're going to have to pay attention not just to the spells that you're creating with your spellings. You're also going to have to pay attention not to fucking take things personally. That's the next step of this journey. Don't take things personally. That's the next step on this journey. Because when you don't take things personally, you're lighter. You're lighter, right? And everybody walking around here got some fucked up shit within them. It is within your imperfections that you are perfect, right? It's in your imperfections that you're perfect. Some people don't seek out being a better person or wanting to tap into their spirituality until they went through something imperfect, right? So let me tell y'all something, right? When I first started the channel, any negative comments that would pop up, I would either make a video about it, and anyone that's day one, any day ones on here know. You go back. Some of those titles, like I would do full videos if you pass a comment and do a read and break down some science, or I would politely read your ass via a comment section, right? Or I would talk about it in a live, right? Now, what I noticed was this was my baby. This was something that internally I feel like I needed to protect. So I kind of felt at that point in the game, anyone that was saying anything negative was coming for me, right? Was coming for me. That was the environment I created, right? You leave any negative shit on my channel, I'm human. I'm human, okay? And the projection in the psyche that I respond to in my human nature is a Scorpio, right? And that energetic pattern, like, yeah, you know, like we do revenge very well. That's what we're known for, right? So in my head, I'm being the high roller, right? Because I'm not sitting in my head plotting for you, but at the same time, because I'm more aware that I shouldn't take things personally, I didn't even have to respond with a comment. I really didn't even have to feel the way I felt about a thing, right? So why did I feel that way? I felt that way because I still felt insecure about this venture that I'm on, right? I felt that way because half the time I don't even fucking know what I'm doing as far as building the brand, right? Like I come on here and the information is here, right? But this is being a YouTuber is new to me. So yeah, I'm figuring it out as I go, right? I have to learn the platform as I go. So I'm not familiar with the YouTube platform. So I'm feeling insecure about that, right? I'm also not used to sharing my gift with the world on this, on this level, I've been having my private clients for years, but not such on a broad level. So I'm feeling vulnerable about that. So anybody that said anything about my channel, yeah, your ass was getting read. I was gonna read your ass. Yeah. Okay. I don't do that anymore. Now I leave a simple comment if I feel like it, because I have to acknowledge my feelings. So if I'm in my feelings at the moment, I just thank them for being, for sharing their self-reflection. And this is how I word it. Thank you so much for sharing your self-reflection. Because what that shows me is I don't have to take it personally. This person is just trying to project on me. So I want to thank you for sharing your self-reflection. And I also learned in that process, maybe that comment would have given me an opportunity to go and address something within me. Like I had someone that left a comment that said my description box is shit. I thanked him for sharing his reflection, and then I let him know I'll check it out. And he was right. I checked it out, and it looked shitty. So I modified it, right? I say all of this to say when you do not take things personally and you understand that everyone's perception of you is based on their own reality and their own thought process, right? You don't have to worry or care so much about what people say, what people think. You're no longer bound by their puppetry of pulling your emotions or poking you to get a reaction. The things that lovers do. I'm going to say this and I'm going to do this. I'm not going to answer my phone. Oh, he likes to block people. I'm going to block his ass for 24 hours and see how he like. You don't have to go through all of that. There is no need to go through all of that, right? You can literally fucking release yourself from all of that shit. You really can. And then you can start creating the thoughts, right, within your imagination, right, to start creating the reality that you want. And this is what I teach in the 13-week class. And I can't sit here and tell y'all that this is bullshit. I can't, because I'm walking this shit every day. Every day I'm walking this. My bills are paid via what I get on here and I manifest, okay? And let me tell y'all, When I launched this channel, I got laid off. And when I got laid off, I decided, okay, I spent so many years building other people's businesses. Let me take some time out and establish my brand. Okay. I thought I was going to have unemployment to cushion me for a little while. They denied my unemployment. Okay. 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 No unemployment. Okay. So how I'm fitting pay bills. Right. And can I just tell y'all, since August, my bills are paid. My kids got food. Okay. So I am not saying anything to you guys that I have not had to walk through. Do you know what it's like to have to step through your fate walk, y'all? In the 11th hour? When you don't know where the fuck that shit is gonna come from. Okay? So all I'm saying is, even in reality, right? If you are thinking that something cannot manifest and you're worried about something not manifesting, you're projecting that outcome into your reality. Remember, I just read the past is already gone, so it's a memory, right? The future does not exist because your imagination. So your right now reality is created either by bringing in the past shit, right, or creating it from your imagination from future shit. That's how this is working. Okay. Let me give you another tip. This is exactly why we have a whole bunch of quote unquote reality TV. Okay? Like the shit is all out there. Reality TV. That is to show you that you can create your own reality. You are not linked to anybody's own reality. Okay? You're not. Now the new thing is they don't want you going around shaking people's hands. You can't shake people's hands now. Because, we talked about that thing that we're not going to talk about. We don't give it a name here on this channel. But those of you that know what I'm talking about know that you're living in a different timeline, and that does not even exist. I told you guys, and I'm going to repost what he said on his post. I'm probably going to put it up in there again. But this gentleman named Q Reeves, he put up a post the other day which made sense. And he listed in the post, I think going back to 2008, or maybe 2008. He listed going back to 2008, I believe, all of the viruses that came out during an election. All of the viruses that came out during an election. And he moved on to say, interesting, every election cycle there is a new virus that comes out. And he listed them and the years of the election. Right? So I want you guys to start to understand and decode things, right? So if we are really living our world based on a reality that we create, now think about this from a biggest concept, right? Think about this from the biggest concept there is, right? If we are living in a world, right? Yep. Beatrice says fear, false evidence appearing real. There you go. That's a great acronym. If you think about this, right? If on a bigger concept of things, if what we think becomes our reality, I want you guys to think about this. If what we think becomes a reality, if somebody has the head key, right, and can unlock your head and put shit in and take shit out, right, and if what we think becomes a reality, right, why is it so important to continuously push out a lot of fear mongering in the news cycles? Why is it continuously important for them to push out these reality shows that demean healthy relationships? Even the shows that talk about counseling, I'm not even going to label them, even the ones that talk about counseling, and I watch them. I'm not going to tell y'all I don't watch them. I watch them sometimes to psychoanalyze and to really see what's going on out here. So even the shows that are set up for couples to help for counseling, they're still reality shows. They don't really show the healthy side of relationship. They show you a lot of fucked up drama, right? A lot of fucked up drama. Where's the healthy shit? Where's the happy shit? So this is what you guys have to understand. You got to create your healthy shit and your happy shit within your own constructs or your own reality. Okay? Hi, my love. Hi. How was school today? Say hi to everybody.
Hi, guys.
Oh, thank you. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, the little wizard is home from school today.
Guess what color I got?
What color did you get today?
Blue day.
Oh, high five it.
Because if I got my math right, I will get to go in blue.
Oh, and you got your math right? Give me double high five. You did that. Ow. Okay, I'll see you when I'm finished with my live.
Because everybody said no, they don't want to do their math.
Wow. Okay.
Because we also had to do another math.
Oh, okay. You're gonna tell me
And
about
I
it.
said yes.
Okay. You're gonna tell me about it when I'm done. Bye. Love you.
Like and subscribe.
Now say bye.
Like and subscribe and ring the bell.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Close my door on the way out. Thank you. She would take over the whole freaking. Okay. She would take over the whole thing, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys also. Anything that you need to know, you can find on the internet. Yeah, she's a natural. Oh yeah, she gets on my my computer and records herself. And in her world, she has her own reality show too. She is absolutely a little wizard. Fear, forgetting everything and running. Oh, I like that one too. Did I ever give you guys my my acronym for fuck? Right? Because when I first started, I had a lot of people complaining that I just curse too much. So I have an acronym for fuck. I don't know if I ever gave you guys that. So my acronym for fuck is the F is for frequency, right? The U is for understanding. The K, no, wait, the C is for I can't remember. Oh, not fuck, no, fuck, Fuck. Oh, yeah, okay. So the F is for frequency, the U is for understanding, the C is for calling, and the K is for knowledge, right? So when I say fuck, like, what frequency are you on, right? Do you have any understanding of self, right? Are you walking in your calling? And do you practice the knowledge that you actually talk about or the knowledge that you say you have? So that's my acronym for fuck, okay? I got one for shit too. I just can't remember it right now. That's another thing. Who says that fuck can't mean what I want it to mean? Who says that fuck cannot mean what I want it to mean? I'm just saying, right? When you become a linguistics and you become an alchemist, you understand that you can take everything and change it. You can take everything, you can change it. Ain't nothing has to be what it appears to be, right? That's a part of being an alchemist and a magician. Nothing has to be as it appears to be. You have the power to change everything, right? Now, another thing, when they talked about turning base metal into gold, turning base metal into gold has nothing to do with a physical substance, because you do have gold in your body. You have all the metals and minerals in your body. Turning base metal into gold is being able to transmute one thing to a next thing within yourself. It's being able to take the fuckery and the fucked up shit that you've experienced and transmute it so it can work for you, okay? And I just gave you guys the first step of how you can do that. You can do that by understanding people put their projections on you. And when people feel a thing, they put you in their box. So their reality about you and about the world is based on their own perception of themselves, okay? Yep, Kimberly. Frequency, understanding, calling, and knowledge. That is my acronym for fuck. That's, yeah. So when I say fucks you, well, I don't give two fucks. That's usually don't like your frequency. You don't understand shit. You're not walking in your calling, and you fucking judging my ass, right? And you ain't got no knowledge. So that's usually, And then when I say I fucks with you, you in a high frequency. Oh, you got some understanding. Oh, you walking in your calling. Oh shit, you got knowledge. So it can go either which way. Just depending on the energy I give to it, you can, it can go either which way. But that's what fucks means to me, y'all. Let's see what else we got here. Do you guys got any questions for me? Okay, so now let's talk about how all of this information rolls over into your relationship. So we can transfer over to Relationship Chronicles here, okay? Today's topic in Relationship Chronicles is what is your perception of love? Right? We just spent the past hour and a half talking about Jess said I like that. We just spent the last hour and a half talking about why it's important for you to understand that everyone projects based from their own reality, right? So my question to you guys would be, what is your perception of love, right? So now that I'm back in the dating pool, right? This is a question that I will be asking the gentlemen, suitors that try to holler, right? What's your perception of love? Do you know that you can have Celeste said I have to watch the playback of the last hour and a half. Okay. Do you know? Oni said here on. Thank you, Oni. Do you know? Yeah, we're gonna do a little extended today, guys, because I'm not feeling well, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna jump back on later. So I apologize about that. Um, what I was gonna say. Do you know that somebody's perception of love, not do you know, not somebody's, everybody's perception of love is based on their own reality or their own experience, and we just talked about that for like an hour and a half, right? We just talked about that for an hour and a half, right? Now, I want to say this to you, right? Even if you're in a committed relationship right now and you're working on healing your relationship, this is a good question to ask your partner. What is your perception of love? Do you know how much information you can get from that? That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. You can get so much from someone answering these questions. This can clarify a lot of things for you. This can tell you how this person loves. This can tell you if this person is selfish when they love, right? This can tell you if this person is ready for a relationship. This can tell you if this person needs healing. This can tell you if this person is just stuck in brokenness. Like, you can learn so much just from that one question. What is your perception? Oh, so tell me, what is your perception of love, right? And it doesn't have to be something that you feel that make it heavy, right? You don't have to make it heavy. It could be, so what you think of, no, tell me, I know everybody have a perception about love. What's yours? General in life. Okay. Trudy says, mine is love is everything, and understanding. See, Trudy, but then that's broad. See, so my comeback to that, right, Trudy, if you were a guy, would be, okay, love is everything and understanding. Give me an example. What's an example of that, right? Because to me, that's an open-ended answer. That's not, if I'm, and I'm talking about if you're dating somebody, right? If I ask somebody that I just met that I might want to progress the relationship further, right? What is your perception of love? And they answer to me, love is everything and understanding. Okay, well, what do you mean by everything? What do you mean by everything? And what do you mean by understanding? Because in my head, Trudy, that can mean, okay, I need you to understand everything, especially, when I do a lot of fuckery shit, right? So I can take it from that aspect, okay? Accepting you in your realness. Okay, so Trudy clarified. No, so now the reason why I'm giving you guys this information is because ask, right? So if somebody said to you, accepting in your realness, okay, Trudy said, I don't care, is unconditional and conditional. Love is unconditional and conditional. No, love is not conditional. Love is not conditional. Love is unconditional. Love does not have conditions. And this is where we get fucked up. Because love don't have no conditions. People have conditions. Love don't have no conditions. If you love somebody, you don't give a fuck what they do. And the closest thing to that love, that pure type of love, would consider like parents, especially a mother, right? Especially a mother. So let's get that straight right now. Real love, agape love, that pure love, it is unconditional. It is unconditional. Okay? And some of you may already experience this. You could have loved someone and they did a lot of fuckery and you forgave them. And you walked away, not because you didn't love that person, but because you loved yourself more, right? So love is creative energy. I like that, Beatrice, okay? Okay, so Trudy said that's what she was trying to say. Okay, yeah. Love is conditional, not conditional. Okay, yeah. Love is unconditional. So if you have someone that's loving you with condition, that's not a healthy way to love. All right? That is not a healthy way to love. What's today, the 10th? I think I skipped the title, y'all. I jumped the day ahead. I started the question for tomorrow's topic. Oh, well. So tomorrow we'll do today's topic. Love is a creative force, right? But love is unconditional. If you have someone that tells you, yeah, I love you, but if you do this, I don't think I'm not gonna love you no more. I love you, but if you lose all your money, I'm not gonna love you no more. I love you, but if you don't buy me this and don't do this for me, love don't live here no more, right? If you're loving someone and your love is attached to conditions, you're not really loving. Okay? Unfortunately, most people have conditions in love. Yeah, that's because most of us are broken, Beatrice. Sorry, guys. Most people are broken, Beatrice. Sorry about the nose. I'm so sorry, guys. Most people are broken. That's why they love in conditions. This is why we talked about in the first hour and a half about you being able to control your own reality, right? You being able to take control of how you function, how you live, so you're not emotionally triggered. And can I tell you the next thing? When you love yourself, and this is what I'm finding personally speaking, right? And anyone here that's on a spiritual journey, you can tell me if you've gotten to this place also. I've gotten to this place, Beatrice, right, where I'm okay with everybody being who they are, even if being who you are is dysfunctional for you. I don't have to live in your dysfunction, but I'm okay with you being who you are. I don't take it personal anymore. I don't feel the need to fix you anymore. Even when I do readings here and I do readings, I give you the information. I can't hold myself accountable for if you utilize that information or not, right? This is why energy transforms and is fluid, because I can give you the information, you may be afraid, right? Or I can give you the information and you may change your mind. This is why you're able to change your natal chart, right? Because you have the power within you to do things differently. Okay, so I don't have the power to change anybody. I come here, I give information, we commune together, we grow together, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for doing your own work on this, right? So yeah, love. So if someone is saying to you, I love you, but you know what makes you so much prettier, maybe if you get a little lipo, maybe if they're making changes to you, if they want to make changes physically, if they want to make change mentally, if they're trying to tweak things within you, if they're loving you, if you don't do something, and then 1 minute they're not loving you, that is not healthy, guys. Okay, that is not healthy.
I'm thinking I'm gonna get asked if this thing finish.
What?
The gift.
The gift? What gift? Who said to ask that?
Aaliyah, Maria, Larry.
Huh?
Something.
Oh, tell Lyric I told her mom. No, it's not. Thank you. What the fuck? Like, seriously. Let me sidebar here for a minute. Okay. I got I have some day ones on here. Okay, my 13-week crew. Y'all remember the girl up the block that I talked about? I'm talking low because they're fine. Y'all remember that girl up the block that I talked about that I told y'all was she just indecent, right? Just like, what the fuck? If I told you I have a gift for you, right? Right? And I will drop it off. Why are you sending somebody down here to pick up a gift? If I said I have a gift for you and I will drop it off, right? Why are you sending somebody down to my house to get a gift that I told you I'm gonna drop off? I haven't even fucking completed the gift yet. Sidebar. Not my shit, hers. Okay. Not even taking it personal. Trudy, but she's just highly inappropriate, y'all. This young lady is just highly inappropriate. Like, she just does fucking shit that she got no business doing. She's just highly and it's like she's clueless. It's like she's clueless. I've had to block her, and then the next time I saw her, she told me, you need to unblock me. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, just hold 1 second, y'all. Excuse me. No. No playing up here. I'm live. Azoria, and you know better, Z. Sorry, my loves. I'm just saying. Trudy and Kimberly and Sam knows who I'm talking about because we addressed some stuff about her already on the 13-week crew. She's just highly inappropriate. Okay? I have to say, like, she literally reminds me of like one of these love and hip hop Atlanta type energy, And the more I try to get away from her, I fucking can't. And I would say things to her like, my Scorpios, y'all know, if I have Tanya and if I have Jane online, y'all know I'm out, okay? And I have already verbally said some things, okay? But it's like it just goes over her head because she keeps circling back, y'all. So I guess I'm supposed to teach something. I guess maybe whatever the relationship is here for is not quite done yet, because I've tried to get rid of her, but she keeps circling back, y'all. That was highly inappropriate. If I said I'm going to bring the gift, why would you send? Anyway, Anyhow, okay. So back to the question. I saw some questions. Let me answer these. Okay. Um my perception of love is falling in love with myself daily, and I want to share that someone to share that with me. Okay, Jasmine. That's still broad, Jasmine. What does that mean? Falling in love with yourself daily. What does that That's still broad. What does that mean? What does that feel like? Can you give me some examples? Right? So you have to get like, and the reason, guys, so the reason why I'm asking you all of these questions, I'm provoking thought within you so you guys can tap into really what's going on, right? Because like I just said, anyone that has that head key can get in. This is how you can go. This is how you get caught up with the narcissists, right? This is how you get caught up with the Gargamels and the Hazels and the energy vampires, okay? Because some of them motherfuckers got keys and you don't even know they got keys to get into places that they shouldn't have keys to get into, okay? Okay. Jane is saying, I'm still here. I'm listening, still getting my. Okay, no problem, Jane. And cooking too. Okay. In order to be able to offer someone else unconditional love, you have, yep, boom, pound, Sam. You got to give that shit to yourself. Like, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. What does giving yourself unconditional love looks like? What does that look like to some of you? All right. So let me just tell you guys right away what that looks like to me, right? That looks like to me, I'm no longer going to be judging myself. There's no longer any judgment because I now know that it is in my imperfections that I'm most perfect, which means all mistakes. Now let me listen to this word spell. Listen to this word spell and how you can fucking change things, right? As above, so below, right? So if as above, so below, and things are reflection, and when you're looking in the mirror and it reflects, sometimes it reflects in reverse, right? So if we're looking at things from the reflection of the reverse, as above, so below, right? As you're moving through this energy, you have to be able to go in. There shouldn't be no judgment, right? So if within my imperfections I am most perfect, which means okay, all of that damage that I've been through I can utilize. So the part of me that's too outspoken, I can now take that part and use it for my good. All right. The part of me that I may have judged a situation too quickly, I can now release that. I don't have to hold on to that because I'm no longer judging myself. So therefore, how can I judge another? Right. Okay. So I don't have to judge myself anymore for making that mistake that I made last year. I made that mistake last year because I was emotionally drained. Right. Yes. So I would have dated that toxic motherfucker because he caught me in a very vulnerable place where I was just drained. Maybe your mama died. Maybe, you're having family issues. Maybe you lost a job. Whatever it is, right? Coming to a place where you're able to say, I'm not going to beat myself for making that mistake. I'm not going to beat myself up for missing that red flag. I'm not going to beat myself up for staying too long, right? Okay, so we start there. I'm not judging, okay? No longer judging. I'm being patient with myself, right? So now it may take me, instead of it taking me 3 weeks to realize that I fucked up and did something wrong, as I was communicating and I may have just, blow up at somebody. Now it takes me 3 days, right? So at least I'm not cursing motherfuckers out every day. Now it's taking, now 3 days, So you go from that aspect, okay? Then you go from the aspect of, okay, I'm a hypocrite. The same thing that I accuse people of doing, I also do. So when you start going into facets of yourself and the same judgment or the same critique that you can give to another person, if you start to go within and chip that away from self, right? And love yourself regardless, laugh at yourself, love yourself past your mistakes. And then, this is the key, like I said, as above, so below. You go back and you take what you missed. You flip your mistakes around. You flip your mistakes around. And if you flip the word mistake around and you start with the word take, you can then go back and take what you missed. So that way, nothing is ever useless or wasteful in the universe. It's all related. And then you're not left with the construct of whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen mean that you've given someone your fucking head key. Okay? You've given someone your head key. If you're in the stance of whatever is going to happen is going to happen, someone has your fucking head key. And right now, what they're telling you is people fitting to die because of this shit that's going around. Right now, what they're telling you that the stock market is crashing. Right now, what they tell. So yeah, they got the fucking head key. Right? So Sam is saying something. Okay. Sam said, no more self-sabotage, no more judgment, forgiving yourself for the pain I've caused to myself and to others. Yep. Understanding the lesson and the pain. Yep. And turning it. Yep. Opportunity. Boom, Sam. There you go. And Sam, and can I tell you, Sam, that's what I got. That's what I got from Lock and Key. That's what I got from Lock and Key. That entity, okay, is walking around collecting facets of herself or itself. Okay. So let me scroll up and see. I missed the question. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, okay. Okay, Kimberly said, Kim Moore, there are some individuals who have conditions on their love, and some parents, for example, and some. Yeah, not all parents have, not all mothers that have children has that nurturing side. Trust, okay? Not all mothers have a nurturing side, just so you know. Not all fathers have a protective side, okay? Um, And then I will say this, Kimberly, that also goes back, Kimberly, to their own reality and how they grew up and what the foundation of their relationships was with their parents. Now, remember, we talked about this last week. We talked about you need to pay attention to the relationship with your parents because that is the first foundation of, the male female interaction, or, or the, how you interact with your mother as a male could not could is the foundation of your relationship with women as you go older. Now, sometimes it's not the healthiest foundation, so as you get older you have to take responsibility and keep what you need and let go of the bullshit that was given to you, right? However, relationships are usually formed from childhood, okay? So just know that. So if you ever want to get an indication of where needs healing, go back to your childhood, okay? Early childhood, your teenage years, go back to that phase of your life, okay? Let's see. Okay, Kimberly just told, Trudy just told Kimberly she agreed. Okay, so, yes, self-acceptance is key, Beatrice. You're on it, okay? All right, let's see. Yes, if you can recognize your mistakes, then you can go back and you can correct them, okay? And it's about judgment. And let me tell y'all something. Change does not happen by you forcing change, okay? If it forcing, like when you try to, say for example, if you have a Ziploc bag and I try to force more in this bag than it can retain, the bag is gonna pop, it's gonna break, okay? So whenever you're forcing something, that energy is not flowing, what's the word? In harmony. It's not harmonious, okay? So anything that's being forced is not harmonious, all right? Because energy itself is a force within itself. So you don't need to force energy because, you direct energy, right? You focus and you direct your energy, but you don't have to force it, all right? You don't have to force energy. Oops, sorry. Let's see what else we got here. Sam said she's and I am creating and I'm always creating and co-creating. Yep. Look at that. Let's see. Beatrice said laughing at yourselves is important. Okay. That is important. I have to laugh. Do you know how much times y'all know how much time my shadow self would tell me, you are a fucking hypocrite right now. You are being such a hypocrite. Oh, girl, you know that. And so much to the point, Beatrice, that I have to literally laugh out loud. Like, I would literally have to laugh out loud, okay? So, if you're in touch with yourself, like, yourself will check your ass. I'm telling you, okay? You will get checked. Beatrice said taking responsibility, okay? Yep, Yep, you will get checked, okay? Sam said, oh, yeah, that inner child needs attention and love, right? Now, this is another thing. So sometimes, Sam, people don't even know. So somebody had a question. I think it was just that talked about sexual addictions, right? And remember how I asked Jess, were you addicted? Like, what feeling were you trying to attain, right? Because a lot of times sexual addiction does not come because you just want to bust a nut. You're trying to feel something from within, okay? All addictions is you trying to feel a thing or trying to numb a thing, okay? So all addictions is either you trying to feel a thing or numb a thing. All right. So I want you guys to know that. All right. And you can trade one addiction for the next if you're still not doing the work that's needed. Okay. Kimberly, after the lesson, a karmic death is paid up. Okay. So let me tell y'all how I feel about karmic death, right? because we studied high alchemy here on this channel, right? We're studying high alchemy here on this channel. Karmic debt, right, is cause and effect. All right, which simply means, right, if I slam my glass of tea down, right, on my desk really hard, right, the effect of me slamming the glass down will be all the tea will splatter all over my table. Okay, so the cause will be me slamming the glass down. The effect would be the water splattering all over. Okay, right? So my karmic debt for me slamming the glass down would be, right, the water splattering all over my table and maybe even landing on my pants. All right. So pay attention to when you use the word. I don't want y'all to see, because this is how, once again, this is how motherfuckers could have that key and plant shit in your head, and you just walking around with shit. Okay, you just walking around with shit. So if I'm telling you all is mine and all of this shit is left up to your imagination, right? Why are you walking around with karmic debt? You don't have, you don't have to walk around with me, right? Because if I'm saying to you, you control your own fucking reality, right? Like, no. So okay. Okay, Kimberly and Mr. Command is talking. So I want you guys to think about this, right? We just talked about it in the first hour, right? How you control your own reality and how your world is based on, right, your projection, right? So if you control your own reality, okay, let's think about this. Why the fuck do you want to bring karma into your existing reality? Why do you want to project karma into your future reality? So this is where you start getting into your Christos and your Christ-like energy, right? Check this out. When Christ stepped into himself and started, Christ understood that he didn't sin. Christ didn't sin. Christ understood. I didn't sin. Jesus understood. He didn't sin. He had nothing to do with that shit. This is all lower dimensional shit. Emotions and all of that shit are what we call sins. Guess what? They're experiences that's supposed to help you to expand. That's what the fuck you're here for. That's what you're here for. Now, I also want you to go back to the origination of the. Now, this is another thing about the English dialect. The English dialect is one of the vibrationally, it's the lowest vibrational spoken language on the face of this earth, okay? And the English dialect contrives from many different other dialects, okay? Many other different languages, all right? And if you start to look outside of the English dialect, okay, and you look at even Hebrew, you look at Spanish, you look at French, right? There's always a rolling of the tongue. The pronunciations carries vibration. In the English language, it is very rare, right, that the vibration rolls off your tongue like somebody versus somebody that speaks French or versus somebody that speaks, Italian, okay? They carry like a harmonic vibration, all right? So, let me say this to you. If you have the power, right, to create spells, the God spells, right, and create spells based on your spelling or the words that you're putting out into the universe, right? Right? If you have that power, and if I'm telling you you have the power to create your reality, right? And if I'm telling you that energy is not dead, it just transforms, right? Why the fuck would you want to bring karmic debt into your now experience or your future experience? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, right? So when you go back to how sin originated, sin simply means missing the mark. That's all sin means, is missing the mark, right? Missing the mark. So I got so frustrated that I slammed this glass down and I got the my karmic justice because it splattered all over me. I missed the mark to control my anger. Okay? I slammed the glass down because I was angry. So I just simply missed the mark of controlling my anger. I missed an opportunity to go within and control my now or this right now moment without bringing the past or the future into it, right? That's all that means, right? So now with that being said, and let me just tell you, you impact something else too. Karmic justice, or what you call karmic justice, which is really just cause and effect, it's happening in real time now. Like this shit is not, it's happening in real time. So let's just say if you know better spiritually, okay? If you know better spiritually, this is why I keep telling y'all, and I've been telling y'all from since last year, operate with integrity. If you know better spiritually, you want to operate with integrity, because what you deem as karmic justice is now cause and effect. We have now sped up. We're now moving at a faster vibration, which means things are manifesting faster. Okay, as a man think it, so it is. So if you think you have some type of karmic death coming back to you, then it got to come back. Right now, what I will say is you have lessons that you have to learn as you go through your different life cycles, right? So we can think about it like this. This is the best way that I can put it. Y'all know me and my diagrams. Let me just get a diagram. Okay, so let's just get the diagram here. Okay, if we start, if you drop a pedal, what, you know, the little rock, pebble. If you drop a pebble into the water, right, it's gonna start with a little wave, right, and as the wave expands, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger, right? So you can think you are starting here, right? This is you. You're starting here, right? And as you expand outwardly by dropping that pebble, you gain more and more information. So that vibration goes out, that vibration goes out, that vibration goes out, and it continues to go out and expand. But sometimes you could be so far from the source that you think you're disconnected. You don't know that you are the fucking one that dropped that pebble, right? You forgot that you came from here. You forgot that you are the source. You forgot that you are the ripple in the pond, right? I say all of that to say you create everything in your life, including what you may think is karmic justice or karmic, what I deem to be karma is cause and effect. What I also know is that you are here to experience and you're here to learn, okay? And if you're here to experience and you're here to learn, sometimes you don't get all of your knowledge in one life cycle. It may be in this life cycle that you're learning karmic justice is just cause and effect. Maybe that's all the only thing that you're supposed to get in this lifetime, right? Karmic justice is just cause and effect. I'm cutting out anything that is not serving my highest good. People say, yep, Jess, pounds. That's where we are on right now, Jess. That's where we're on right now. Another thing that I want to drop on you guys. Okay, we're also going to be talking about generational curses. Okay, let's talk a little bit about generational curses, especially when it comes to relationships and how you can take on other forms of energy, right? From a family bloodline or from or even from a passing down of what has been told in the family. All right. Now, if someone did not tell you that there was a generational curse, right? Would you believe that there was one? Let me ask you guys a question. If someone had not told you that there was a generational curse and you were just able to live your life and unfold without having anyone in the family to tell you our family is cursed, would you believe that there's a curse? Beatrice said no. Okay. Good answer, Beatrice. Right? So that goes back to my original statement, Beatrice, right? With the key, right? With that key. If we are all consciousness and the only thing is mind, and I just read y'all from the book, and we all create our own reality, okay? And we all create our own reality, right? If that is the case, right? Okay, so now let's dive into generational curses. Let's dive into generation curse. Let's even talk about what a curse. Let's talk about that, right? When we talk about, or when I am referring to generational curse, we're talking about something that's been happening with over family eons, right? So over family eons, the family, maybe, this one tragic thing that happens to everybody in the family or every other family member, or the men in the family when they get to a certain age, this happens. Someone has the power for this to happen, or someone has the power for this to happen. Okay, so all right. Now, if you're thinking it on this scale, right? Jane is saying okay. Okay, so Jane, that means that you were cursed because of greed. Are you cursed because of greed? Jane, I just sat here and explained to you everybody's reality is created based on their own perception of a thing, right? I just sat here and said to you that God or source it don't do blind justice. It's not going to curse you and only your family and curse over here, right? I just explained to you that spellings, right? Spells are created by words, okay? I'm going to give you another way to look at generational curses, okay? Boom. Beatrice, high fucking five, okay? High five, okay? Beatrice got it. You do not claim the shit. Whatever you claim is brought into your reality of experiences, okay? You gotta believe in some fucking divine justice. And let me give y'all another analogy, okay? Um, your ancestors, right? First of all, and if you guys start to research this, you will understand that even in ancient time, you had some cultures that would eat or put the ashes of their ancestors in their teas and do stuff, because what you need to understand is your ancestors live within you. They live within your DNA. This is why you can tap into that akashic field. This is why you can commune with your ancestors. They're in the fucking bloodline. The DNA, the what they would consider to be junk DNA is not fucking junk DNA. It's not. Okay? It may not be activated yet, but that's where your ancestors live. That is where you can get communication. So let me put this to y'all, right? If you're on the spiritual walk and you don't study to show and seek and if you don't study and seek to show thyself approved, it would be like having a brand new fully loaded Ford SUV with all, let's say Jeep, because I like Jeeps, okay? It would be like having a brand new Jeep 2020, right? That has the bells and whistles, power window. I can connect my Bluetooth to my car. All of the hypest thingamajig, right? But at the same time, I haven't taken the time to figure out how to work it. Sam is saying GP. I haven't figured out how to work it, which means that if Sam calls me because I haven't figured out or taken the time to do the research to figure out how to connect my phone to the Bluetooth, and my phone is in my pocketbook, I can miss the phone call. I can miss that opportunity of speaking to Sam because I have not taken the time to read the instruction or to YouTube the instructions of how to fucking connect my Bluetooth, right? So all I'm saying to you is this: you know not because you ask not, right? You have not because you connect yourself to all of this shit that got nothing to do with you, right? Your ancestors and shit, they're within you. You do not have to be bound by any curses, okay? You do not have to be bound by any old energy. What you need to do is learn your ancestral, the power that they use, right? Even if we're talking about going back biblical here, even if we're talking about Christ and we're talking about the Jesus type energy and the Christos type energy, wasn't it Jesus that said, I do these good works, but even more better works you would do? Jesus himself was telling you that all of this shit that you see me doing, you got more power than that shit. What you rocking with? What are you rocking with? Okay. Now, there is this lady, and I have to go, I didn't write her name down, but there is this lady that teaches people how to actually use their mind and bend spoon. The same shit that y'all see in the Matrix, because everything is controlled from your mind. There's nothing that's not controlled from your mind. Okay. Nothing. Every fucking thing is controlled from your mind. I'm going back to, again, if you guys have not watched fucking Lock and Key, decode that shit. Whoever holds the fucking key to whoever holds that head key in that series controls your fucking mind. Who got your fucking head key? Is your head, does somebody that got your head key let's tell you that you got generational curses? Who has your head key? You need to get your fucking head key back. You need to get the head key back. And you need to read your own instruction manual. You need to read your own instruction manual, your own, which means figuring your own shit out, taking responsibility, right? Understanding some of these terms that we have been programmed with, right, don't mean what they mean. They don't. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Trudy, I really want to set something up physical, Trudy. I do want to do conferences. I just haven't started working my way towards that. How many people is in Atlanta? If I have enough people in Atlanta, I could probably do a meet and greet down here. Kalia said, preach, come on, preach. Sam said, GP. Okay. Jay says, I'm breaking patterns with family and left and right. My girls can be better. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And another thing, your children, like real talk, your children don't, your children pay attention to what you do. They don't really pay attention to what you say. All right. 20 years ago, I read a book, Blessings and Curses by Derek Prince. I proclaimed that I had the power to break those mindsets and set them as blessings in my life. I performed a prayer. See, look at, see, Miss T just told y'all what she did. So basically what Miss T is saying, she took her power back. She disconnected from that thought pattern. She separated herself from that. And when you separate yourself from that thought pattern, then you can then get in touch with your ancestral energy and then gain so much wealth of information. Like there's so many beautiful things that you can tap into when you're not confined to a lot of these paradigms that we were taught as young kids that now affects our fucking relationships. Yep. Kalia says reclaim your power. Yep. Create your, oh my goodness. Kalia, yes. So one of the things to Kalia, and Kalia, I'm going to recommend this book for you because you're going to be doing the same thing I'm doing. So I'm recommending this book for you. You need this in your library, Kalia. Okay, it's I'm Becoming an Alchemist, A Guide to the Modern Magician, okay, by Catherine McCood. Kalia, I'm going to hold this one more time so you can get this book. You need this book in your library. I think I got it for like $20, okay? I think I got it for like $20, Kalia. So you need that book in your library. Okay, so let me see. Let me get a count. Interestingly, I think Joe Bacon. Oh, really? Oh. I'm gonna do some look that up. I'm gonna look that up, Sam. Let's see. I wish I was in Atlanta, the part meetup. Okay, so I have one might be able to drive. Jasmine said she'll fly. Beatrice said she would drive. She said not in the winter time though. Okay. Children live in the now. Yep, you're absolutely right about that, Trudy. Okay, yes, the book is in like okay, perfect. Okay. Sis, how do you feel about oh yeah. Okay. So I do believe in past life regressions. I believe that you can tap back into your past life regressions and you can learn a lot of information from yourself. So I do believe in past life regressions. As a matter of fact, I did a past life regression, but I did this one of myself, okay? So I did this past life regression of myself, and it was very interesting to see what I found. It was actually kind of scary at first, because what I found out was I was murdered. I was killed. Not like I was killed. And it freaked me out at first because I'm like, what the fuck did I do for somebody to kill me? Like that hurt my feelings at first. Like, what did I do for someone to kill me, right? And as I went deeper, I discovered that I broke the rules. I was very powerful back in that time, and I was practicing magic. Okay, and I broke the rules. I was practicing magic, and I brought someone back that was not supposed to come back because I love the person, and that cost me my life. So I do believe in regressions. Hence, it's interesting, Jay, why I kind of feel like now that I teach, right, Jay? I don't feel a need to save people in this lifetime. I don't feel a need to save people. I kind of feel like I'm here to give the information, right? But it's up to you whether or not you want to utilize it. Yeah, I use powers that at the time were sacred and needed permission, and I did not because I was in love with someone. I used my powers that I was not supposed to, and I got killed. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I haven't went back in to kind of like figure it out anymore because that shit fucked me up. Because then I started thinking, well, what the fuck? Like, you know? But I'm gonna go back in so I can get the rest of that story for y'all. But that's, yeah, that was my first one. So for the first one going in, I was like, oh my fucking God. Do you know how to go in and know that you were murdered over some shit that you did? Because how it unfolds, when I went into the regression, and then I actually thought to myself, what the fuck, am I watching too much movies here or something? Like when I went into the regression, I was in this dark, very wet place, and I looked dirty, I looked dingy, and I remember like my hands were tied up, like I couldn't use my hands, right? And I kept on asking, like, why am I here? I feel like I'm in prison. Why am I in prison? That's why I kept asking, like, why am I in prison? How did you learn how to go in and out of regression with yourself? It's not meditation, only. It's meditation. So I literally went into a meditative space, and then I told, throughout my meditation, I asked and, yeah, and did the guide of where I wanted to go. So I did a meditation. Now, the only thing about that, when you do past life regressions, I can say what made it real for me was the feeling. I can feel it. Like when I went in, I can feel it. So I think that's what I can say. I don't know if anyone here. I think Kalia. I don't know if Kalia has any feedback she can give us on that, but I felt it. I can feel. The place was cold. I felt scared. I can feel it. I can feel it. And immediately, like I knew immediately when I went, I knew I did something wrong. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. You can find stuff on YouTube, and I think that even like only you can actually find guided meditations too on YouTube to take you in. You can find guided meditations to take you in. Trudy, at 4 o'clock. I'm gonna jump off in 15 minutes, Trudy. Cause then I gotta go get my kids dinner ready. I'm gonna jump off in 15 minutes. Angela Moon says cannot unfeel it. Oh, Angela. Okay, so let me see. Angela says, don't think I'm ready to open that Pandora's box. I'm still don't I would say don't do it. Yeah. I would say don't do it if you're not ready. Do not do it if you cannot emotionally and mentally handle it. That is not something you want to do. Okay, and especially it's not something you want to try by yourself if you're not able to do it. And the reason why I did that only is because that's something else I want to add to my packages of helping people, right? So that's why I went in. Oh, you are welcome. Oh, really? Jesse said that he does his meditation at 3:33 a.m. Now, Jess, let me ask you a question. Does your body just automatically wake you up around that time? Because I know I've been getting waking up between 3:12 between 3:12 and like 5:30. Only said I tried guided before, and it seemed like it was working because I saw myself looking dirty and cringy. Oh, but it didn't go back. Yeah, try it again, only, and ask the questions. Ask the questions that you're going in. Like that's when I saw myself. I was like, why am I here? And then as you begin to ask, like it will start to unravel. It will start to unravel. Oh, I would love to know what else. I would love. Okay, so, um, uh, Angela Moon said, she said that's above my level for reals. She said, guys, let me explain. Angela Moon, I feel led to tell you this. Let me tell you this because I'm being prompted to tell you this. Okay. Angela, if you would do it, yeah, I can't, yeah. I'm so gonna medicate myself after this, guys, because my nose is so congested right now. Angela, if you would do it, right, any meditations, right, especially any deep meditations, I'm being told to say to you, when you see the monsters, don't be afraid. That means that you've reached another level. Okay, monsters are a signification that you've gotten to the next level of your healing. Okay, so when you see the monsters, know that indication that you've gotten to another level consciously. The monsters are there to protect you. All right, so if you see the monster, anyone that's on here, if you ever go into meditation and you see monsters and you run away, that's okay. But the monsters are there to protect you, right? So when you go back in, if you can get past the monsters then turn into normal faces, okay? So the monsters are just there to protect you. So if you're scared, that means you're not ready to go there, okay? That means you're not ready to go there. So it's okay if you see them first and you jump out. That's okay. But just know that's what they mean, okay? Just know that's what they mean. When you see the monsters in meditation, you're opening up another aspect of yourself, okay? That's what that means, all right? Hey, Kelly Cows, how are you, sweetie? Happy birthday. So know that, okay? And that's for anyone that's here when you go into meditation. The deeper you get into meditation, okay. Oh, Jay said, damn, sister, I've seen them. Thank you. You're welcome. The deeper you get into meditation, for those of you that are on your shit, okay, when you see the monsters, celebrate. Monsters is an indication that you're at your next level, okay? And then once you get past that fear, they will start to turn into faces and buildings and places. Like you're literally tapping into your archaic memory at that point, okay? Angela Moon said that just gave me chills. You are so welcome, sweetie. You're so welcome. Yeah, Kelly, I'm jumping off at 4, like in 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Okay. Jess said, does that mean your third eye is open? Yes, Jess. Yep. That's what that means, Jess. Your third eye is activated. Okay. So just so you guys know, when that happens, that does mean that you now have third eye activation. Okay. And the thing is, okay, so let me explain something. When you start to open your chakras and these portals, you cannot stop. It will do more damage for you to half open a portal. Okay. And then they'll go back. That's gonna fuck your life up. So if you start to open these chakras and clear them, you want to clear all of the chakras. And what I would advise to you is like, I have to detox every week. Okay, some weeks I find that in my root chakra or my sacral chakra is a little bit tighter than others, and I have to go in and I have to release all of that. So it's good to maintain, the flow of energy. Okay, so just know that. But Jess is right. Okay, Jess nailed it. The monsters, third eye chakra activation. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so only said, well, I really needed to learn to meditate properly. Kim on, maybe you can teach a class. Yeah, only you need to do the next meditation. I give a lot of information in there, so I'm gonna see you at the next meditation, and then you can learn how to take yourself in there. Okay, I give a lot of information in my meditation classes. And I also explain some of the things that you may experience. Like I get rid of some of the myths. Okay, so next time join us and you will get some powerful information. Okay, so Jay is saying, I don't panic. I call my spirit team. Like, okay, good. All right. Jay, you on it. Jay, you on it. And you a Scorpio too, so we go into the depths of things. Okay. The first time that I went in and I saw the monsters, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I jumped the fuck out. I did. I jumped the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck did I? Yeah, I jumped out. Okay. But yeah, you keep progressing. They're going to turn into actual faces and symbologies. And for some of you, once you get in there, you may even be able to go back into ancient times. Okay. So yeah, it's beautiful. Guys, like, it's so beautiful. Like, I can't even lie. Okay. Yes, Jess said, yep. Jess, you're right. That tingling feeling in your head. And then Jess, and then what you might also feel, just the more that you work on this, you may also start to feel the top of your head tingle too, or feel becomes itchy. Okay, then you start to activate your crown chakra too, right? And like a little sidebar as far as metaphysics is concerned for you guys, Saturn sits up in your pineal gland area, and Saturn rules and control the starting order and structure. Okay, so this is why you definitely want to activate your pineal gland and get that crystal to start oscillating. Okay, when it oscillates, it's vibrating, it's sending out frequencies. Okay, tell y'all, take that key back. Don't give nobody your head key. Okay, Jay said he does. Yep. So Jay, that's your third eye and your crown chakra becoming activated. So that means your pineal gland, you're having pineal gland activity. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm about to blow in my nose. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let me tingling feeling in my head. Oh, Trudy had to go. Thank you, Trudy. Okay. Only said, I don't know. I've seen monster in meditation state only in between. Yep. That means you're activating. You gotten to another level. That third eye activation only. Just keep. The more you meditate and the more you focus, like I said, those monsters, they're gonna turn into other images. Okay. I've seen I was locked up because my kids was hurt by someone and they locked me up because they thought it was me. Is this a meditation, Jane? If this is a meditation, you have the power to go unlock yourself. You can see yourself unlocking yourself, okay? And this is the power of meditation. Your meditation, we just talked about that, your imagination. In a past life. Oh, okay. See? I don't know, Jane. This is what I'm saying. You see how your archaic shit is waking up? Why is it a few of us already in here? And the females, why is it the females in here already that's saying that we saw the visions of us being imprisoned, right? And Jane is saying for her kids. I'm saying for somebody I love, right? I'm telling y'all some shit. Listen, y'all. Okay. Um, Angela Moon, let me show you, let me tell you something right here, right? You have all the protection you need. You just need to believe it. And when you're on your spiritual walk, right, you do not tap into anything that you're not ready for. Okay? If you're not ready for it, do not study it, do not research it, don't do anything until you are ready for it. Okay? That's how this works. And then all you need to do is just claim that you're already divinely protected. Okay, Angela, that should be your affirmation. I am so grateful and thankful that I am now and forever divinely protected. Okay, allow that to become a part of your being. And the more you embrace yourself in that, you will feel it, right? And you will also experience that you are protected. Okay, like Angela, I can tell you real life stories of maybe some supernatural shit. So it's true. Okay. Oh, hi, Kelly. Okay, Kelly said something. Let me see. What did Kelly say? Hold on. Kelly said something. Um, oh, Kelly's popping in and out. Okay. Okay. Oh, so Kelly's gonna be here. Okay, Kelly's gonna be here. Okay, thank you, Kelly Cows. All right. So I'm keeping a timer. I'm jumping off at 4, and Kelly is on here to help. Let me see, what did I miss? Okay, Jane is saying she was locked up. Only said I'll be there. Okay, that's for the meditation. Guys, if any of you want to join my meditation, I have meditations on the new moon and on the full moon cycles. Okay, the next meditation is going to be March 22nd. Okay, that's a Sunday. And the new moon is going to be on March 24th, but we're doing it on a Sunday because I know people got to work and school and kids and stuff. So we're doing it on Sunday, the 22nd. If you're interested, it's a $20 donation. Make sure that you include your email address so you can get the private link. Okay, and it's for about an hour. I break the energy down. I take you into a guided meditation. I release the Reiki energy healing, and I also do some light language in there. Okay. Okay. Um. What spirit team? Where they at? I keep calling them. They're there, Jane. Also, Angela, I do give a spiritual intuition class of how you can trust yourself and then tap into your angels and your guides. And let me just say something to you, Angela. If you get quiet and listen and trust yourself, you'll be able to hear. You just don't trust yourself enough. And there's something about keys, Angela. Somebody be moving your keys. There's something about your keys. Somebody moves your keys. Okay, Mr. Kamal says, I never knew that. I stopped. Okay. Jay said, come to find out my see, Jane just brought up a new thing. Jane is saying that her ex in this lifetime, okay, what Jane said, was he also in a past lifetime? I don't understand that. Come to find out, it was my ex that's in this lifetime who did it to hurt me. My son, when he was like 3 months old, so now he's paying for it. Oh wow! So he was doing shit way back in another lifetime. Okay, because he did it in my past life, and got away with it, but not in this life. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Okay. The top of my head tingles all day. Okay, that's crown chakra activation only. Your pineal gland is moving. And can I tell you something? That's a beautiful place because you got so much visions and dreams at that place. At that place, you're activating your akashic fields. Only. You're in your akashic field, so you can tap into your past, your present, and your future. Okay, which means past experiences, future imaginations, and you can pull them into your now experience. Okay. Water, healthy, eating no. Oh, yep, because that blocks the pineal gland, fluoride. So you might want to try not to do things with fluoride. I'm getting more congested and I'm sitting here. I'm so sorry, guys. Don't worry, I'll be back on tomorrow. I might double it up, guys. I might double up the 2 shows this week only because I'm not feeling that well. Okay. Kalia said, I saw and felt both of my past life. Oh, okay. Kalia, yeah, yeah. See? So Kalia said she felt it too. So I'm not crazy. You feel it. You feel it. Okay. Whenever I meditate, I feel, okay, okay, so Jasmine is saying she can feel the theta connection, okay? The ether connection. I think I had a glimpse of my past life when I was dreaming. You was in an armor. Yeah, you can take yourself back there too. Uh, okay, so um, thank you, Jane. I read the rest. Jay said, I keep seeing men in white robes and gold around their chest and elders being in a white room like a hospital a lot. So Jane, when you see those visions, Jane, ask, what does this mean? Okay, what do the elders represent? Like ask, whatever you're seeing, ask. Because you know not because you ask not. So you have to ask, okay? You have to ask. Even if you're asking telepathically, you got to ask, okay? They're not going to reveal unless you ask. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, all right. I got 2 minutes, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, elderberry. Why does that sound like a? What does that sound like a root on herb or something, Beatrice? Beatrice, that sounds like an herb or something. Okay guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys got a lot of information today. I think today was a good one. We had a good day today. um I will be back tomorrow, okay, around 1:30ish, and I think I'm gonna double up again tomorrow if I'm not feeling well. um I am gonna be starting your love readings. So I'm doing love readings this week. The only thing about that is they may be a little slow in coming out, and you may not see my face, okay, because I don't want to be blowing my nose and spitting on camera, or coughing. I'm not going to do that. So you guys may see more of the cards this week than you see my face, okay? Thank you, Oli. I appreciate you. You're welcome, Middacy. Thank you, guys. All right, so I'm going to see. Okay, I figured that's what it was. Thank you for that. I'm going to go into the farmers market and see if I can find some. Thank you. All right, my loves. I love you guys much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. If you came on late, do the playback. You guys have a lot of information to be getting. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you. And somebody on here, I think it was Celeste. Celeste, was it you this morning that thanked me for the commitment? Yeah, what I give, I get back. Y'all don't understand. It's a cycle. If I give, I get back abundantly, over anything I can ask for, dreamed, or even imagine. Okay, ginger. I'm actually drinking ginger tea right now, Jess. Ginger root. I got you. All right, my love. Lots of love. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, everyone. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.